If you clicked on this video hoping for a lecture on compound interest, click away. I'm not here to save you. I'm here to validate the disaster that is your current financial life. Because, let's be honest, nobody actually wants to be rich. Rich is boring. Rich is staring at spreadsheets and drinking coffee at home. You? You want excitement. You want the adrenaline rush of swiping your debit card and not knowing if it's going to be declined. That is living on the edge. That is true freedom. So today, I am going to give you the ultimate guide on how to stay broke forever. And I'm not talking about bad luck or tragedy. I'm talking about the art of taking a perfectly good paycheck and lighting it on fire with surgical precision. If you follow this guide, I legally guarantee that no matter how much money you make, you will never have to deal with the burden of financial security. The first step to eternal poverty is to master the art of the upgrade. This is crucial. As soon as you get a raise, even if it is 50 cents an hour, you must immediately increase your spending by at least double that amount. This is called lifestyle inflation, but I prefer to call it the hamster wheel. You see, if you make $50,000 a year and spend $50,000 a year, you are broke. But if you make $100,000 a year and spend $110,000 a year, you are now broke with better furniture. That is progress. You need to view every extra dollar that enters your life as a personal insult. It is clutter. It needs to be removed immediately. Did you get a tax refund? That isn't savings. That is a down payment on a jet ski you will use twice. Did you get a bonus at work? That isn't for investing. That is for a weekend trip to Vegas where you can donate it directly to a casino. The goal is to ensure that your bank account balance returns to zero at the end of every single month. Zero is a round number. It is a clean number. It signifies that you have successfully converted all your labor into garbage. Next, let's talk about your vehicle. If you want to stay poor, the car is your greatest ally. It is a large metal box that loses value every time the wheels turn. It is a masterpiece of wealth destruction. To truly succeed at being broke, you must follow the golden rule of cars. Your car should always cost more than your annual net worth. If you have $10,000 to your name, you need a $30,000 car. It just makes sense. You work hard. You deserve a heated steering wheel. You deserve to look successful at stoplights to impress people in the next lane who are currently picking their nose. Do not buy a used car. Used cars are for people who understand math. You want that new car smell. That is the smell of money evaporating. It is the most expensive perfume in the world. When you go to the dealership, never ask about the price of the car. That is amateur hour. Only ask about the monthly payment. If the dealer says, I can get you into this truck for $700 a month, do not ask for how many months. It doesn't matter. It could be 84 months. It could be 96 months. It could be until the sun explodes. As long as you can barely afford the monthly payment, you are doing it right. This ensures that you are effectively an indentured servant to a Japanese auto manufacturer for the next decade. Now we have to talk about the most dangerous enemy of poverty, the future you. The future you is a jerk. He wants to retire. He wants to own a home. He wants to have knee surgery when he is 60. Forget him. He isn't even here. Why should you sacrifice your happiness today for a guy you haven't even met? He is probably going to be bald anyway. The best way to destroy your future self is through the strategic use of consumer debt. Credit cards are not financial tools. They are time machines. They allow you to steal money from the future you and spend it on the present you. It is the perfect crime. When you see a credit limit of $5,000, that is not a limit. That is a target. That is the bank challenging you to a game of chicken. And when the bill comes, you must only pay the minimum payment. The minimum payment is the greatest invention in the history of capitalism. It allows you to buy a pizza for $20 and pay for it over the next 12 years. By the time you pay off that pizza, it will have cost you $40, and you will have forgotten you even ate it. That is the magic of compound interest working in reverse. You are essentially paying rent on your own life. To really lock in your poverty, you need to develop an allergy to assets. You should own nothing. You should rent everything. Rent your house. Lease your car. Subscribe to your music. Subscribe to your movies. Subscribe to the software on your computer. You want to build a life where, if you stop paying for 1 month, everything you use disappears. Investing is the enemy. Investing is scary. The stock market goes up and down, and that is stressful. It is much safer to keep your money in a savings account earning 0.01% interest. Or better yet, keep it in cash. Inflation is currently eating the value of cash at about 3% a year. This is perfect. It means your money is slowly rotting away, losing its power every single day. It is the safe, slow path to zero. If you absolutely must invest, do not buy boring things like index funds. That is for wealthy people who want to stay wealthy. No, you need to treat the stock market like a casino, buy the hype, wait until a stock has already gone up 500%, wait until your Uber driver is giving you tips on it, wait until it is all over the news, and then buy. Buy at the absolute top, and the moment it drops 10%, panic sell. This strategy is called buy high, sell low. It is the most efficient way to delete money from existence. It validates your belief that the system is rigged and ensures you never try to invest again. Now, let's discuss your social life. We live in a society, and in this society, your worth as a human being is directly tied to the logo on your chest. To stay poor, you must care deeply about what strangers think of you. You see that guy in the faded t-shirt driving the 10-year-old Honda? He's probably a millionaire. He doesn't care. He looks homeless. You don't want to be him. You want to look rich. And looking rich is very expensive. You need the luxury brand, not because the quality is better, but because the logo is visible. If you buy a purse and nobody knows it costs $2,000, did you even buy it? You need to upgrade your phone every year. The new one has a slightly better camera. You need that camera to take high-definition photos of the lunch you bought with money you don't have. This is called signaling. In nature, a peacock grows a giant, heavy, colorful tail to show that it is strong enough to survive, despite having a giant, heavy, useless tail. You are the peacock. Your debt is the tail. It drags you down, it makes you slow, it makes you vulnerable to predators. But man, it looks shiny. This brings us to the mental glue that holds the entire poverty strategy together, the victim narrative. You must believe, with every fiber of your being, that your financial situation is not your fault. It is crucial that you never take responsibility. It's the economy. It's the government. It's your boss. It's the price of eggs. It's the fact that Mercury is in retrograde. If you admit that your situation is a result of your choices, your car payment, your dining out, your lack of saving, then you might be tempted to change those choices. And changing choices leads to wealth. We don't want that. So, you must say things like, I don't earn enough to save. Say this while holding a $7 latte. Say, investing is only for rich people. Say this while scrolling on a $1,200 phone. Say, I need a new car for safety. Say this while trading in a perfectly good vehicle that just needed new tires. As long as you blame the external world, you never have to look at the internal math. You protect your ego at the cost of your bank account. Another key tactic is to avoid negotiation like the plague. To stay poor, you must never ask for more money. That would be awkward. When you get a job offer, just say, okay, whatever number they give you, accept it immediately. Asking for more makes you look greedy. Be grateful you even have a job. When your rent goes up, pay it. When your internet bill creeps up, pay it. When your insurance rates spike, pay it. Do not shop around. Do not negotiate. Loyalty is a virtue, even when you are being loyal to a corporation that would replace you in 48 hours if you drop dead. Assume that if you work hard, your boss will notice and magically give you a raise. Do not advocate for yourself. Just keep your head down, work harder, and wait for the reward that never comes. This ensures that your income stays flat, while inflation acts like a trash compactor on your purchasing power. We also need to talk about your friends. There is a saying, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. If you want to stay poor, you must choose these 5 people very carefully. Do not hang out with people who talk about ideas, business, or investing. They are boring. They will make you feel guilty about your spending. Hang out with people who complain. Hang out with people who spend every weekend blowing their paycheck at the bar. Hang out with people who have systems for winning the lottery. You want friends who validate your bad decisions. When you say, I really shouldn't buy these shoes, I'm broke, you need a friend who says, girl, treat yourself. You work so hard. That is a true friend. That is an enabler. Keep them close They will ensure you never accidentally stumble into financial responsibility. Finally, you need a spiritual mantra. That mantra is, you only live once. Use this phrase to justify every financial catastrophe. Should you save for a down payment? No. YOLO. Go to Ibiza. Should you pay off your credit card? No. YOLO. Buy the VIP tickets. The beauty of YOLO is that it assumes you are going to die tomorrow. It is a philosophy based on the statistical improbability of sudden death. If you actually die tomorrow, congratulations. Your financial plan was perfect. You bounced the check to the undertaker. You won the game. But, and this is the risk, if you are unlucky enough to live, if you are unfortunate enough to survive until you are 80 years old, well, that is going to be awkward. You are going to be old, tired, and broke. You will have a lot of memories of jet skis and overpriced dinners, but you won't have heat in your apartment. But hey, that is future you's problem. And remember, we hate that guy. So go ahead, swipe the card, ignore the balance, feed the system, stay broke. It's what everyone expects you to do anyway. And as your wallet, I'll be right there with you, getting lighter and lighter every single day until I am nothing but a flat piece of leather holding a library card and a receipt for a donut you ate 3 years ago.